Hey friends, today on Gardening with Creekside, we are busy little bees getting the nursery ready for our opening day, which is going to be this Saturday, February the 18th. There is a lot going on. There is a lot to do. So basically, I'm just going to kind of take you through a day in the life here at Creekside as we begin preparing to welcome you sweet folks to come visit us. What we are doing right now is we have all hands on deck and we are unboxing, packaging, getting ready all of the gorgeous aqua pots and then the traditional pottery from Michael Carr. So I want to share that with you. It is a beautiful sunshiny day here at Creekside. Remember, we are North Carolina, a zone 7B, just west of Charlotte. So there is a lot of pottery to show you. Jackson is working on getting the aqua pots, all their components put together, and then Miss Brenna has found a stick. Jerry and I had started to place the aqua pots. He had to go take a phone call, but I wanted to share these beauties with you. These are all aqua pots. So the aqua pots will have a like a nameplate on them, but these are absolutely gorgeous. There is, of course, like the cobalt blue, and then the pure white. These pots are massive. So these three go together. Obviously we sell them individually, or you can buy all three as a group together. It would make a stunning display. But there's three different sizes. I don't have the exact size in front of me, but the big huge one, it is nice and deep. You can put a lot of soil in there and you can load this sucker up with plants big time. So they are just stunning. In that pallet, there were a total of 6 of like those whites. There's 2 sets of every size. So there's 3 sizes, so 2 times 3 is 6. And we got 2 pallets of the white. So here's the rest of those whites. And then here are the blues as well. So in each one, there's kind of a small, medium, and large. Just beautiful. We've got lots of ones in that volcanic style, I guess you would say. So there's like the volcanic on the milky blue, then there's the volcanic just blue, which is like a beautiful cobalt blue. They come in both the vases, which both of these are vases. So there's the small vase, a large vase, and then what we call the flat rim. So this is the large flat rim, and then there is the small one right behind there. So these are the ones that we are unpackaging right now, and then we already have a ton of them already done. We had some come in this fall, so we had those, and then here in the last month or so, a ton of them have come in. And I mean, they are absolutely stunning. So you can see most of these are aqua pots. Not all of them are aqua pots, but all of these guys right here, there's just the flat white and you can see those are like those what we call the flat rims. Then these beautiful, look at these, those volcanic on that milky blue, and these are a good size. These are not quite as large as the ones that are by the pergola. So if you've been to the nursery or you've seen me stand beside those ones at the pergola, they're not quite as big as those, but they're certainly definitely bigger than the traditional vases. So we've got quite a slew of those are available. And then what we're working on right now is ones that we have lots of multiples of because of space issues. We're getting some plywood and making double stacks because we just have so many of them and we're running out of room. And so we're getting all those set up. And then of course the lovely, infamous Michael Carr strawberry or / succulent planters. They are all here in their beautiful array of colors. Love these containers so much. And then Kelly is unboxing some more aqua pots down there. I mean, they're just everywhere. So we have got aqua pots galore. Brenna's in absolute heaven. This one came in the fall, and this might be one of my new favorite colors. This is peacock, and it is gorgeous. It has a little bit of purple in there. It has this really unique blue, gorgeous pottery. Love, love, love it. And so maybe you're going, well, Jenny, I love aquapots and they're great, but I don't necessarily want an aquapot in every situation, and I completely understand that. So we also have a nice selection of what we call just traditional pottery, right? So it's that same high quality Michael Carr ceramic glazed pottery, handmade in Vietnam, but it's not an aquapot, so it's not self-watering. It has that traditional hole in the bottom, and you can leave it out year round, dead of winter, doesn't matter, they will be perfectly fine. So over here on the other side of the pergola, this is what I had started to work on. We have more, but this is just one palette of it, and this is still Michael's pottery, and it comes in just an array of colors. On this palette there were four colors, I believe it was, and you can see each color comes in 4 sizes. So they call this, well, sorry about that, that was Brenna. They call this the brown and cream. To me it looks a little bit more like an olive green. Really pretty. I was telling Jerry, it's like, I'm not really a kind of a brown olive green girl, but I really like this because it's very neutral. And to give you an idea of the size, so you know, here's my hand. So the smallest is, you know, it's a pretty good little size, 9, I don't even know how big this is, but these are called the egg planters. So you have extra small, small, medium, and then the large. Nice sizes. So you've got that, you've got this beautiful shade of blue. It's got a nice dark color in it. Then I love these colors. This reminds me of the aquapots by the pergola, kind of that falling blue. Isn't that gorgeous? And then there is like a turquoise, and then this is really fun. I believe this is actually what my strawberry planter is as far as the color. Look at that. It's got blues and creams and browns in it. Just beautiful. So we've got to get in here and take apart all of these pots, because of course when they package them up, they're like the nesting, the nesting dolls? Yeah, the nesting dolls where they all like fit inside each other. So all those ones that are turned upside down, there are 3 more pots inside of that. So they're quite heavy, but get them unpackaged, get them all displayed, so that way they will be here for when you come shopping starting on Saturday. Remember, on Saturdays, in the month of February, it'll be Saturdays only from 9 to 3. I think there's only like 2 Saturdays in February anyway. And then when March comes, then we extend those hours and those days each time we go through the season. So that is what we are doing right now. We are getting all of these beautiful pots unpackaged, getting all the packing material back up to the dumpster so that we can get it out of here. But yeah, super exciting. So stay tuned. I know we are going to be moving plants down. I know that we've got some unique stone we've got to deal with. I know that the guys have come to install the garage doors at the Annex. So we're going to take a look at that. There's a whole lot of things going on today. This is just part 1. I forgot to share with you that we got a beautiful delivery of bird houses and butterfly houses and ladybug houses from Heartwood this weekend. I had the most fun shopping and ordering all these gorgeous handmade houses for you sweet folks. So Heartwood is a great family company here in the South that makes beautiful bird houses, bat houses, butterfly houses, all sorts of things out of cypress. And so these are very well made. Brenna is just loving life. Beautiful, well made, functional, meant to go out into your garden bird houses and so forth. So depending on the size of the hole will determine what bird will go in there. There's a lot of these are for bluebirds because they have a nice big hole. But then like these little guys are for your smaller birds, and because the hole is smaller. But they just come in a whole host of designs and colors. I absolutely love having all of these bright colors in my garden. If you don't like the really bright stuff and you want to go more traditional and elegant and refined, well, we have those as well. I mean, Y'all, when I say these are gorgeous, they are just so much fun. Some of them will hang, so there's like a little hook up here so that you can hang them. Some of them you can put on a post, and then of course some are also available to go on, just hang directly on a tree. But lots of really fun colors, gorgeous, just absolutely stunning. So we've got to go through here and get all of these. We're gonna have shelves in here, so we've got to get the shelves up. We've got to get all of these inventoried and in the system, but just really fun. And I can attest to these birdhouses in the garden because I have several of them throughout my yard with the bluebirds. And I just recently, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, went through and cleaned all of their old nests out because the male bluebirds are beginning to scout right now for new homes. But last year when I put up my birdhouse, within 24 hours, I had a pair of bluebirds beginning to put their nest in there. It is amazing. They love these houses. They are beautiful. They are functional. They can withstand the weather. And so if you have a hard time thinking of a gift for somebody, these are fantastic, whether it's like Mother's Day or a birthday or just because, whatever. These are fantastic. So make sure when you come to the nursery, we've moved them from the greenhouse into the barn. So they're gonna be here in the barn and ready for sale. So yeah, they're gorgeous. We're excited about having these again. Alrighty, my friends. So some time has passed. It's kind of hard to work and film all at the same time, but we've been quite busy, and give you a little update on what's happening right this second is Josh and Roman are building some extra tables. I think we had told you that some of our tables they were old and they were rotten, so they are making the frames right now and then getting them put back up. They're going to go over there at the pergola, and so they had enough wood to make 3 of them. So they are working on their last third one. So then we'll move those up there, and then of course get them covered with material. Jerry had talked about using a different material other than like the hardware cloth. So we'll see. But we have been very productive in the fact that we got all of the pots unpacked, moved, all the trash is gone, and then we started bringing down some plants to the retail greenhouse. We've just started and filling in. Of course, we have the annuals in here. So look at these Firefly Sunshine Achillea or yarrow. I have this in my garden in the backyard bed. I used them last year, and oh my gosh, y'all, these are the best plants ever. They do beautiful, nice, soft yellow flowers that just continue to bloom and bloom and bloom. If you've done yarrow before, you know that it has a history of sometimes being kind of invasive and spreading too much. This is very well behaved. It is not going to take over your garden whatsoever. It is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 8. As a 7B, it was in full sun and did marvelously well. It's going to be about 28 to 30 inches tall and about 2 feet wide. Love this plant, and I mean, my gosh, y'all, look how happy and vigorous the root systems on these babies are. Just insane. I mean, this is a premium 1-gallon pot, and look at that. Look how full that is. You are going to have a gorgeous plant in your garden this year that blooms. Then we of course brought down the ever beloved Proven Harvest Buried Treasure strawberries. We have pink and red this year, and the red, we've got some red blooms going on right here. Look at that. Isn't that such a sweet little flower? So the reds are doing quite nicely, and then let's see if I can find you a pink one that is blooming. The difference between the pink and the red is simply the flower color. The berries are still that coarse traditional strawberry. There is one that is getting some pink to it, but these are not only fantastic to eat, but they're great to have in your containers because of those beautiful flowers. Again, we have the red and the pink. We don't have the white this year. I don't think, it may be coming later, but I don't think so. I think it was just a availability issue. But these will be perennials. They are hardy in zones 4A to 9B. So there you go, doing great. And then we also brought over, you will not believe, these bleeding hearts. They are huge. Look at these sweet things. This is the Valentine's cultivar. Very, very happy because it's called Valentine's. It will be a beautiful red and white, as opposed to the traditional bleeding heart, which is pink. Very happy plants. We had to get them out of that greenhouse before they started blooming. They're got a little too toasty in there for them. Hardy in zones 3 to 9, and these are going to be about 30 inches tall. But just, again, such happy, healthy plants. And then we have this fantastic allium. This is Lavender Bubbles. This is from Walter's Garden. Full sun to part shade. Nice, big, like look at the leaves on that. Look how nice and fat they are. Make a really nice presence. Again, grew this in our trial garden last year, and Lavender Bubbles is going to be hardy in zones 4 to 8. And for us, it's going to be more of a little bit of a later summer bloomer, and it's going to be about 12 to 14 inches tall. Was really impressed with this one. Again, nice, super vigorous grower, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then, y'all, this is the funniest thing. Okay, so we grow the pulmonaria, right? And so we have Pink Blue is the new one. And we have some of them that we started in the greenhouse from bare root this year, and then we have some that overwintered. The ones that overwintered, of course, went through that whole what we call vernalization, right? Because they went through the winter, their cold spell where they rested, and they started, you know, coming back. So we brought them in to the greenhouse to try to get them to grow some more foliage. Well, lo and behold, they decided to bloom instead. So there's not a lot of foliage, but look at this. It's blooming anyway. Look how funny that is. But look how gorgeous those blooms are. So just imagine you've got this beautiful plant that eventually will fill out with the foliage, but those gorgeous blues. Traditional, very much of the baby doll pink into a blue. Really nice. And then down here on the bottom, we have the Amsonia. Look at that. This is Storm Cloud. Man, it took off in that greenhouse, and this is the greenhouse that's not even heated that we had it up in, production 1, and just the radiant heat from the sun, babies took off. So again, brought them down here so they can cool off a little bit and grow. But a beautiful, one of my favorite plants is Amsonia, early spring bloomer. You can see it was trying to put on the little blooms, the little buds. And this is going to be hardy in zones 4 to 9. So again, extremely versatile and adaptable. So lots of fantastic plants that are happening, bringing them down. Of course, we've got more plants to bring down, more things to do. Before we're done for the day, I want to take you up to production, show you got the garage doors on. So they are on and they are installed in the annex. So now we can actually like seal that area up on those cold, rainy days. Fantastic. Before we leave out of here though, I do want to show you how the Goldilocks rocks, how they're blooming. See, do you see now why I love this flower so much? Like, look at that. Is that not just gorgeous? It is an annual. It is the Goldilocks Rocks Bidens. That's the type of plant that it is. They're going to get 8 to 14 inches tall. So they are doing just beautifully well. And then look down here at the new. This is the new Nemesia, Aromanth Mulberry. And you can see how it's not just 1 or 2 that are blooming now. We've got a bunch of them that are blooming. These are just beautiful, with lovely fragrance to them. Kind of a white, purple, lavender with yellow, lots of color. And then even those ones back there are blooming as well. So lots of things as far as even plant wise that we have going on. I do want to show you, we got the pots all squared away, and I will say it is quite impressive to look at. Let me show you what they look like. So here we go. There we have those larger, these are all aqua pots. So the white and the volcanic, Those are all aqua pots, but you can see the 3 different sizes on that white quilted pattern. Nice and big. I'm telling you, this one right here is a really, really nice size, nice and big. And then you can see all the different 3 sizes of the volcanic on the milky blue. Really attractive, very, very nice. And then all of these guys that are up on the pallets and here on the floor, all that is traditional pottery. So it has that beautiful, I think this is probably my favorite, that kind of falling blue, gorgeous. So those are beautiful. And then of course the full volcanic. So this is the volcanic brown. Lots of different color variation in these pots, but it's a beautiful texture to it. But they're all very different. So that one's a lot of gray in it, really neat. And then back here in this palette is the volcanic plum, which it has a little bit more green, a little bit of purple in there, but lots of different sizes. Again, these are all traditional pottery. So you can leave these out year round and not be afraid of having to worry about overwintering or cracking or anything like that. So that's kind of what's been happening down here. And I told Jerry, I was like, I feel like we haven't gotten anything done, but I feel like we've gotten a lot done. You ever feel that makes, I know that's like a contradiction, but that's the kind of the way I feel right now. So what I do want to do is take you up there so you can see the garage doors and everything that's happening up there. All right, my friends, so here we are up at the production annex. Look who I found. He's going to join me here for a minute. But you see what's behind us? Yep, we have a beautiful garage door here, and it is all nice and sealed in. We have one on each side. And yeah, how tall is that, Jerry?
10 feet.
10 feet. So it's a 10 by
10 by 10.
10 by 10. And it is just a manual open and close. We didn't go with the.
No need for all that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to keep in mind this is the production area up here, not somebody's house. So, but it's really easy to pull and open and close. I mean, we've been both playing with it and have both opened and closed it really well. So it's nice and it's insulated and it is very nice and weather tight. So super excited about that because it'll keep out, at least for now, it'll keep the wind and the rain and the cold breezes coming through there. Anything you want to talk about on that one?
No, I mean, I'm pleased with it. It really came out good. Finishing up on the wrap and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so what they have left, they're going to do that tomorrow, is you can see that they've gotten the wrap up on all of the building. They got that done last week, maybe, I think it was. So you can see that it's all nice and wrapped and ready for siding. The only spot that is left to be done is probably the most challenging spot, and that is back around here on the front up at the tippy top. They've already done the little hallway nooks between the greenhouses, so the lower portion is done. So that is the last whole length that they have left to do on the wrap, and then we can start putting up the siding. But it feels really good to have this portion done. I know you feel good about having that done.
I do. I mean, we're very functional inside now. Everything is weather tight, which is nice.
Yeah.
Since we have a lot of plants on their way.
Yes. So this week we have. This will be our largest order of annuals coming this week for the season.
Yeah, and it'll be, be nice to be able to, work in there and not have the wind blow in.
Not the wind blowing. So we've got the largest order of the Proven Winners annuals for the season. That is coming this week, probably Wednesday?
Wednesday, they called me a little bit ago.
Oh, good. So Wednesday, then we have a shrub delivery coming on Wednesday.
They're all coming at the same time.
Yay! So it's going to be tractor trailer season. Thankfully.
And a mulch delivery come Wednesday.
And a mulch delivery. And guess what else? Guess what else it's going to do on Wednesday? No, it's not. It was supposed to rain, and they called off the rain.
Yeah, they called.
Praise the Lord. God is good. So no rain on Wednesday. It does come on Thursday and Friday though. And then we have perennials coming at some point.
Yeah, they'll be in there somewhere. I'm not really sure. I have to go and look. I'm sure it's shipping out today. from
Walters. So probably Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday. So needless to say, it is going to be a very full, productive week here. We've got obviously more to do at the nursery to get ready for Saturday. But yeah, lots of fun things happening, a lot of beautiful things. We will show you that shrub delivery, so don't fret on that. We will keep you updated on all the fun things. But yeah, that's kind of the day in a nutshell, a little snapshot of some things that we have been doing today. It is now almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're about to call it a day.
Yeah, and guys, we have a cherry tree in our backyard blooming. You need to show that to them in a video coming up.
We do. Yeah. So, and I will also say, because my sweet people, you appreciate this, so I wasn't going to say anything, but I'll say it now since he brought it up. So I came up here, right, to check on the Annex and everything, how it was going, and I looked out onto the shrub lot, and there were some star magnolia trees blooming.
Well, I don't understand this. Is why they're still here from last year. We got here and they
because we weren't blooming,
and then everybody just ignored them.
Yes. So I, again, being the gracious adoptive host mother that I am, have already picked out one of those sweet little star magnolias to go in our backyard. We're going to plant it tomorrow. So I will show you the cherry tree that is blooming along with the star magnolia. So when you come on Saturday, there'll be some more star magnolias that are in like 15 gallons. I think they're 15 gallons. They're good size. No.
Oh, yeah, those are 15.
Those are 15 gallons, and then they're blooming, and there was honeybees on them. So anyway, so you just got a little preview into one of our videos that's going to come up because of that beautiful star magnolia and me being the gracious mother that I am, you know, welcoming it into our family and our backyard. So I'll show you the cherry tree when we plant the star magnolia tomorrow.
So yeah, you showed them all the work this morning with the pots and
yes.
I mean, we have a really big selection of aqua pots and regular pots.
And they've seen all that. They've seen all that.
Sweet.
Yeah, I tried to show them as much as I could. I couldn't show them while I was working because, you know, we don't have a film crew.
Volcanic on Milky Blue, if you're local and you're coming here, will not last long.
No.
We had a truck delivery today, and Fernando got out and he was delivering some pots, and the first thing he saw was, I want to know which one that is. And I said, well, that's Volcanic on Milky Blue.
Yep, by far. It's always the most popular one.
Yeah, so we have some really big ones of those.
Yeah, gorgeous ones. All right, We're hopping off. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, friends.